Prophet Hosea, both in words as well as his life experience, proclaims the deep compassion and faithful love of God in the world is going on in the gospel. The church put the two together. The very first line that Jesus says to the apostles is, I am sending you as sheep amongst wolves. He's telling them the truth. He said, listen, if you're going to put my words, my examples, my actions into practice, you're going to be eaten up. You're going to be swallowed up. You're going to be seen as food for those who do not want any of this. Then he goes on to unpack it a bit more. He's saying, I'm not just talking about the pagans, the Gentiles. I'm talking about religious authorities, even your own family. I'm sure each of us can really identify with these meanings. It cuts us to the quick. We want to follow Jesus, want to do God's will in our life. We think we're doing what's good, and we would hope that everybody else would want that too, but that's not always the case. We all have that darkness in our hearts. We too can be wolves to each other. We too can forget who we are, that we are God's beloved. How are we then to respond when things don't go the way we expect or want from the church, from our departments, from family members, from friends? Jesus gives us some great wisdom. I encourage you just to reflect upon the image that he gives us. He says your response is to be like wise serpents. In other words, figure out ways and means, and the cracks and crevices of these relationships, misunderstandings, changes in your plan, rules, regulations, etc., in a way that you can live with simplicity like a dove, with authenticity as true disciples of mine. The task is not to live like victims, like, well, there's nothing I can do, so we wash our hands of it. Jesus is calling us to live as mature human beings, to live as people who are truly holy in body, soul, and spirit, complete in the awareness, the life, the example. What does it mean to be a fully developed, mature human being, following the life, the teachings, the person of Jesus Christ? St. Henry and his beloved wife, Kunigunda, did it. And so it is for us. But the same call is no less, that we too have to live our lives with shrewdness, with deep wisdom, with clarity, with authenticity, in such simple ways that people realize there's a power within us and beyond us that doesn't belong to us. It belongs to the Lord Jesus.